A team of 15 German soldiers are returning home after a 3-day reconnaissance mission in Greenland. A spokesman for Germany's armed forces said the next step was to coordinate with NATO partners on how to strengthen the bloc's presence in the Arctic and North Atlantic. 8 European NATO allies deployed troops to the autonomous Danish territory. Donald Trump has responded by threatening to increase tariffs on the countries involved in the mission. Now, DW's political correspondent Jenny Graham joins me in the studio to talk about this. We should get specific. What kind of mission was that, Jenny? And did the Bundeswehr leave earlier than planned?
This was a reconnaissance mission, and really a short assessment mission to get a sense of the situation in Greenland. There's been speculation here in the German media that the soldiers left in somewhat of a rush, but really this trip was only meant to last just a couple of days. There was always the option to stay a little longer if that was required, but we have not had any information to suggest that they left earlier than planned. It's important to stress that, but there was, as I said, the option to stay longer if the situation demanded it.
Right, so Germany, France and 6 other European countries have published a joint statement underlining the mission poses no threat to anyone, obviously aimed at President Trump. What do you make of this wording?
We are seeing the rhetoric increase a little bit. The wording is getting a little bit more stricter, I would say. In that same statement, I think the key quote really for me is that the countries said tariff threats undermine transatlantic relations and risk a dangerous downward spiral. I don't think we've heard anything quite like that until now. They have talked a lot about protecting Greenland's sovereignty, Denmark and Greenland being part of Denmark, also being part of NATO. And yes, more of the same, standing united, committing to upholding our sovereignty. So this is really a statement of unity within the European countries that support Denmark within NATO.
So there's that collective response. Let's talk about this renewed tariff threat. Germany's Automotive Industry Association says tariffs would place a heavy burden on the sector. How alarmed is Germany? Do we think about this?
Very alarmed, I would say. You talk about the German Automotive Industry Association. They say the costs of these additional tariffs would be enormous for German and European industry at a time that's already extremely challenging. And the head of that association has urged the European Commission to have a smart, strategic and coordinated response. We also heard from other organisations here, for example, the Mechanical Engineering Association, who are really echoing what Denmark said about being blackmailed. The head of that, the president of that association said Europe must not allow itself to be blackmailed, and if the EU gives in here, it will only embolden the American president further to make his next absurd demand, her quote, and threaten further tariffs. So really the messaging here is getting a lot stronger from this side of the Atlantic.
Political correspondent Jenny Graham, thanks for the rapid response.